Hey guys, this is Dinosaur Drawer, and this is the second part of how to draw a spinosaurus swimming. And now we want to actually get a little bit more detail in it, but first we want to draw the kind of spines. So we're just going to draw some lines from where we drew those spiky things. Alright, and now we can get back to the pen, and again, if you're using a pencil, don't go back to your pen, just use your pencil and draw in those kind of, shit, not again, my pen doesn't want to work with me. Just draw in something like this. Okay, I'm gonna use the other pen because otherwise I'm just ruining my drawing. I don't know what it is, but they just don't seem to be able to draw at some certain spots. Just very rough and very thin. Don't go into detail yet. Okay. We're getting there. Okay, so that's going to be the first part. Now we want to get the part where there's going to be the most shadow and draw those lines into that part. These kind of lines, and only on the left side on this drawing. This isn't done properly yet because the pen wouldn't work. Alright. Make sure you use a working pen that that's actually working like it's supposed to work. So yeah, I'm just going to do this with every single one and I'll be back. Okay, I did every single one of them, and now what you want to do is just draw in these half circles in between it. And try to do it at kind of rows. So it looks like there is kind of a scale pattern going on. Make sure you don't touch the other side of the spine. Yeah, I think you guys know exactly what I'm going to do, so I'm gonna skip to the part where I did everything. Okay, and now just put a little bit of shadow on this side as well, just a little bit. just some random lines to create a little bit of shadow. And then the parts that aren't dark enough, just go over it a little with the same kind of scale pattern. And you could also create a little bit more shadow on these kind of sides. And now you could just put in a couple of lines on these spines. Okay. And we're almost done. So that's gonna be his spine for now. Now we want to draw one line over here. And a little one over here. And over here we want to create some shadow in between every spine. We just want to have something going on. And continue on doing it throughout his whole neck, because there's going to be a few spikes on there. And just do it really roughly first, because later on we're gonna pay a little bit more attention to that. And we could draw in some scales as well. Darker ones over here. And the way you just make them a little bit darker is just by putting those scales a little bit close to each other. Because when you put them farther apart, it really starts to get a little bit lighter. And here's going to be a big muscle. few wrinkles over here. And put a few scales in there. Just make this pretty dark as well. Make the back a little darker as well. And you could make these a little bit longer and stuff. Make it look like it's a little longer. And right here we have a lot of wrinkles going on as well. And then just a few more wrinkles over here. Alright, let's do a little bit more of these scales then. And the pattern as well. And we could just make it go all the way through. And put in some shadow lines over here. Just put those lines really close to each other so it creates a little bit of shadow. And get these lines throughout the whole drawing on the bottom side of the dinosaur. So I'll be drawing these lines all the way from here to there. So I'll be back. Okay, and now just do the same thing, go the other direction. Just do everything exactly the same, but go from the other direction. And this will create a bit of a dark shadow with a bit of texture. And it just kind of disappears over here, and then it reappears over here. Okay. So now what we want to do is get those kind of scales in. Just on the bottom first. Not too much over here. Maybe go over the darker parts a little. And you do need a lot of them over here. Same as over here, because this is also going to be dark. And over here as well a little bit. And a little bit of shadow going beneath it as well. And of course we do need a few ribs, so one here, one here, one here, and one here. And do the same as what I told you in different videos, that you need to put a lot of dark scales behind it, but don't put too much dark scales on the other side, and try not to touch it with any other kind of texturing. That way it will create a kind of a highlight, and it's supposed to look good. Okay. And start doing some scales over here as well. And try to get it lighter when you are starting to go to the sides. All right. And just put those kind of scales in, but not in the arms or the legs yet. That's something that we're gonna do later on. So on the tail, it gets a little darker over here with these scales again. Just put them a little bit closer to each other over here. And also make the wrinkles a little darker as well. It's always handy to make that clearly visible. All right. Alright, and right now the only thing that needs to be done over here is make this a little bit darker, and then just keep everything at about the same tone of scale. So I'll be back when I did every scale over here. Okay, that's done, and now just put in a little bit more of those wrinkles, make the transition a little smoother between big and small rimples. And now this part needs to be a little bit darker than the part on front. Something like that. And I also want to make this a little darker as well, because it's just too light. So I'm just putting some scales and stuff over it.